Hey everybody, Bill in Virginia. Beautiful Sunday morning in Richmond and spending a little time out on the layout this morning. I've been working on the engine terminal, making some good progress. I got tracks put in yesterday. Everything is glued down, everything is wired, and everything works pretty well. The turntable that I've got is a Pico, however you want to pronounce it. It's roughly a 5-inch turntable, and it is DCC compatible, which I was quite happy about that because I honestly was not sure when I put it in how it was going to work. But the turntable itself is electrically isolated. So even though you can't see it, there's a slight bump out on a tab here and over here. So these are wired one way, these are wired another way. With the DCC system, the way it is it works really well. I'll bring in a little engine. There we go. It is a manual system, so I've got to do the manual spin. I can get it where I want it to go, and I can get, and it's an eyeball alignment. There we go, it should work. Bring it into the roundhouse. There we are. All of the tracks work well. I'm going to paint the tracks, and then I can start actually putting ballast in here. I will do a lot of detail work off over here. Like I've noted before, I'm going to have some maintenance of way equipment that I'm going to park on that, and my little switch engine can take them out a car at a time as I need it. Now, if you look, and if you've been watching, you notice the turntable looks different. I ended up taking out the guard railing that was original to the kit. It was embedded in little holes because what I found is that my big Pacific would come on and the cylinders would snag on it. And then, if you can see, I've got slight curves to these tracks going into this engine house, and same on this side. That's just to make it so that it fits in the geometry of where I'm at on this narrow layout. Engines run fine on it, no problems there. But what I did see is when I have my bigger engines, the Pacific and a couple of others, is that when I would have it here and the engine would come out and start to make the turn, it would smack into the end of the railing on this side. So I found a kit that I had, fencing, and took this from that kit, painted it silver, glued it on, and I think it works pretty well. It looks pretty good on the turntable. Next thing that I'm going to do is that when I'm painting the tracks, I will weather this a little bit with some grimy black just to make it look like it's been there for a while. And otherwise, this all works really well. The one thing that I did notice with this is that my engines will cut out when I'm running it over that electrical isolation block. So from here to here, the turntable's dead. So if I've got an engine on that has sound and the chug is going on, I hit that spot, it stops the engine because there's no electricity in this dead zone. As soon as I move past it, the contacts pick back up and I'm good to go. But I can live with that. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to paint the track, and I will start to do some additional ballasting. This will be more of a cinder black in this area, and I've got a lot of detail parts that I'll eventually put in over on here. But that'll be next segment of this video. So in addition to getting the tracks glued down, I got the kit-built engine house that I got off eBay also permanently affixed. What I had with this one is it has a cardboard base, kind of hard to see on the inside. And just with the elevation of the tracks coming off the turntable, how it sits here and going in there, I did not want to try to cut the bottom of the kit off. It just would have been a pain. So I flexed the track ever so slightly, used super glue to glue the track down into place, both on the engine house and on the cork road bed. I know I'm never going to get it up again, but that's okay. What I also did is I took rubber cement and put on the base of the building and on the cork. Again, it's solid, it's not going anywhere. I needed to do that. And as with the other engine house, slight curved tracks, taking it in. Most of the engines can fit inside each of the stalls. I got a little bit of a tight confine over here, so only smaller engines will go into that one, but yeah, I'm okay with that. So, start the paint. Well, now it's Sunday afternoon, and I've been out here quite a while. I've been having some fun. So, I've already started to scenic around some of this. I've got the ballast in. I've got a few shrubs. I've got some of the ground covered just in and around the turntable and the buildings. So the glue is still wet. It will dry, and it will dry. Still be kind of a dark color for the cinders in and around here. I will mix the cinders with some of the gray as I get a little bit farther away from the engine terminal, and let that fade out as I get over towards the yard. The yard will be probably more of a brown ballast and still kind of the gray for the main line. But I'm satisfied. I think this will work. I got to clean the track yet after the glue dries better, but did the same technique that I did on the track here. And got the building glued in place over there, water towers glued in place. And you know what? I think it's time to run some trains, both on the HO and N scale.